Welcome to Ask Dr. Neha, and today we're filming in the Mecca, the entrepreneurial Mecca of San Francisco, SOMA, with a colleague of mine. He's a surgeon, and he is willing to ask his communication questions so that all of us can learn together. So thank you, Bill. Thanks for being here, and thanks for joining us.
Great. Well, thanks for having me as well. It's always so many challenges in healthcare these days. I might be seen as the surgeon, but I'm also someone that is responsible in an operating room for developing our culture, trying to make it a safe place, trying to make it a successful place.
And therein lies your interest in communication.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And to a certain extent, it seems crazy, but I'm a middle manager. Yeah, there's people who are, you could say, above me that are making strategic decisions about where we need to go.
Right.
And then there's other people that I have to then turn around and make that happen.
Okay, so where is your communication struggle in this?
So my latest communication struggle, and there's always one every day, but my latest is actually with my bosses.
Okay.
Because I feel that they are approaching the challenges in a wrong way. And I've tried to sort of bring it up, and I feel like they're still missing the boat. Yeah.
So what I just heard you say is I try to sort of bring it up. Is there a part of you a little cautious about what stating opinions that are different from someone else will bring up in conflict?
Yeah, I mean, you can't tell your boss you think that they're stupid or they're doing the wrong thing.
Or they're doing it wrong.
Exactly.
Right, so it's about the wording of it?
It's about the wording of it and delivery of the message, I guess, and ultimately strategizing on how do I get this person to change their mind. It's interesting, it's a lot like surgery too, because I say surgery now, so much of surgery is managing people's expectations. When I have a patient who comes to me for surgery, I have to spend a lot of time talking about what's real and what they can expect out of it.
Right, so expectations. So in a weird way, are you saying you don't feel, not a weird way, but pretty directly actually, saying you don't feel heard?
Yeah, I guess so.
Right? Because you're saying I'm sending emails. Were you sending emails, or how are you doing this?
That's how we've started this.
Okay, so the dialogue is over email. Have you had face-to-face conversations with them?
Tomorrow.
Oh, all right. So what I am most curious about is when you say I don't feel heard, right? Have you ever had this experience before of not feeling heard?
Sure.
Yeah? So when would that be? Give me an example.
Well, at prior meetings, and I think my fault is I often give my argument, get a rebuttal, and then pretty much say, okay, well, you don't get it. I give up.
So you have these great ideas, you bring them to the table, and if someone doesn't immediately embrace them, it's like defeat, I'm done. You don't get me.
Right.
Okay, so there's that part of you that doesn't stand up and fight for Bill. Right? Instead, it's easier to say they don't get me. Right? So you're a surgeon. You're a great surgeon. And tell me what you love in the world. Where do you stand up for you and just feel so connected and passionate and alive? What are you doing when you feel that?
Yeah, I guess what I'm doing is making a group of people work together in a way that they can be happy together, that it's fun, and at the same time it's rewarding, it's helping other people, it's making the world a better place.
So not only in the operating room, right, there's one dynamic that we have, right, which is with our patients and their families. And then you're taking it even bigger than that, and you're saying when the whole system is working together in harmony, I find great joy.
Exactly.
Yeah? And is that worth standing up for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
And so what is it that you are not hearing from Bill? Right? You can say management isn't hearing you, but what is it that you're not hearing from you?
I guess I'm not listening to myself at that point, saying this is worth it.
Yeah, this is important enough to go in And this is important enough to say, well, maybe I'm not communicating this well enough, or maybe I'm not, what is it that you heard me say? Right? I just heard a no, but like, what did you hear me say? And stay curious there, right? Because in that moment, if you give up, you just gave up on your dream. You just gave up on what makes you so passionate and alive.
So when you say stay curious, what do you mean by that?
So if we are management, right? So I'm management. I know you're management, and I'm going to be you.
Okay.
Okay. So I have this this great idea, Bill. Thank you for having this meeting with me. I have this great idea, and you know, I really think that if we teach communication tools to the staff and teach them how to, you know, give us feedback, then I think they would be more able to voice opinions, and I think we should add an extra meeting, let's say, where we all practice communication skills together. Let's say I made that up, right? And what would you say to me?
So I might say, well, I think that the course that we're focused on right now will achieve that.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is, and this is the moment you stay curious.
Okay.
What I'm hearing, and make sure that you validate what the other person's saying. What I'm hearing is that the course we currently offer, you believe, already does what it is I've just said.
Right.
So thank you. First of all, thank you for listening, and thank you for saying that. What I don't think I said very clearly was that the course that we're offering offers X, Y, and Z. What I think is different is that it would be this, this, and this. So if you stay engaged in that moment, that one moment where you just want to shut down and give up,
right,
you stay engaged there, and you get curious, you'll find out why someone's saying no. And then it will give you the ability to decide what comes next.
Okay.
And maybe they're right.
Right.
Maybe it is already being offered.
Yeah, true.
Right?
Right.
It's about that moment where you stay engaged.
Right. Rather than giving up, rather than saying, all right, move on to something else.
They don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
See, they're not listening to me.
It's about them. I'm making it about them, aren't I?
Right. And so when you just take a moment, take a nice deep breath in and say, like, I'm giving up on me here. And when you give up on you give up on the whole team. Right?
Right.
So it takes you in this role of being a leader. That's what makes a leader.
Right.
Right?
That's true.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So tell me, were there any take-homes for you?
From this session?
Yeah, from the experience.
Yeah, I think the biggest take-home is that being a leader is about listening, isn't it?
A lot of listening.
Yeah, to yourself.
Yeah. Because it's listening to others, right? But it's about really, when you believe in something, listening to somebody else deeply in order to share and, you know, whatever your opinion is, but then also to listen to yourself and make sure that it really resonates with you.
Right.
Because no matter where any of us are, we're choosing to be there and choosing to be in that environment.
Right.
And so are we listening to ourselves? Does this resonate? And then when things go wrong, am I listening to you?
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
So if any of you find yourself trying to get somebody else to listen that you don't think is listening, first you want to ask yourself, are you listening to them? And then the second question becomes, are you listening to you, or are you giving up on you a little too early? So get curious, not furious. Thank you.